Welcome everybody to Aloha Stadium as Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports brings you high school football. Tonight, it's the Oahu Interscholastic Association Red Division I Championship game between the Kahuku Red Raiders and the Aiea Na'ali'i. I'm Kevin Hashiro. Na'ali'i, 2 years removed from a Division II state championship after a win over Damien. This time, after a move up to Division I, they have eyes for the bigger prize. The Kahuku Red Raiders are all too familiar with success in the Division I level with state championship after state championship. I'm joined by Mike Nelson. Mike, this is a very interesting game, one of two completely opposite styles of attack.
This is a contrast. You see Aiea right there in the green. They like to throw the ball. They throw the ball a lot. Their quarterback is Kahuku. He has thrown for 2,239 yards and 20 touchdowns. On the other hand, we have the Kahuku Red Raiders. These guys like to run the ball. Last week, they didn't even throw a pass to the second half. They run the ball a lot. 695 total yards for Kemia Lisa, who's our leading running back. He has 11 touchdowns. And Malosi Te'o has 559 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's another star running back for them. So this is a style contrast that we're seeing, just two teams, one throwing and one running. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Aiea head coach Wendell Say said that if his team is going to stay in this contest, offensively they must move the chains, keep their defense off the field and keep them fresh, and defensively Na'ali'i cannot afford Kahuku to control the clock. Coin flip about to be done to find out who will have possible possession here in the first half. The Red Raiders, Mike, as you've mentioned, have been absolutely dominant through the ground game. Kamuela Alisa is their primary rusher. As you mentioned, 695 yards, 11 scores. Malosi Te'o not that far behind with the 559 yards. In fact, in the win last week, the semifinal victory over the Farrington Governors, it was Malosi Te'o did most of the damage, scoring 3 touchdowns, including a long 71-yard breaker. Na'ali'i got here last week after a win over Waianae. So this will be a most interesting game. These two teams met in the OIA playoffs last year, and it was Kahuku coming out on top by a final of 32-8. The Red Raiders lead this series 12-4 and have won the last 10 meetings.
Aiea has won the toss, elected to receive the opening kickoff.
As you heard, referee Reese Amimoto, as Aiea won the coin toss and they want the ball. So like you mentioned, Mike, they want possession. They want that vaunted offense on the field first, led by Kahuku, a 3-year starter, signal caller, a real good quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. You may have not heard about a lot of him, but he is indeed one of the best quarterbacks, not only in the OIA, but in the state as well.
Total yards, he's ranked second in the state. Last year, his junior year was cut short because he had a concussion. He's made a very good comeback here his senior year. He's a left-handed throwing quarterback, a very good quarterback, has a nice soft pass, and is able to mix it up very well down the field. So the Kahuku defense will have to be very much prepared to see where he's going to throw the ball.
And mind you, Na'ali'i run a spread passing type, and their quarterback, Kuia, is very similar to the squad that is responsible for handing the Red Raiders their only loss of the season. That's the Castle Knights. In fact, Red Raider coach Shiwaki Levi said that Kahuku reminds him a lot of Castle quarterback Bryce Kalauokaea.
Yeah, Castle and the Na'ali'i very similar, and of course that's the only loss that Kahuku had this year was that Castle team. So, you know, the Red Raiders are going to have to watch out in this game. I mean, Aiea is very dangerous. There's no doubt about it.
Wendell Say on the left of your screen. Didn't have to come far here to Aloha Stadium.
Just across the highway.
they could essentially, instead of taking the bus, they could have just carried their shoulder pads with them across the overpass freeway.
And there's a lot of fans from Aiea over here. And this is really going to be an interesting game. Of course, you have the Kahuku community. They're always supporting their team very strongly from the North Shore.
Absolutely. They brought the caravan from the North Shore. Weather factors, it's a pretty good night here at Aloha Stadium for football. In our first game, it was Radford winning the OIA White Division Championship over Moanalua. So Radford will represent the OIA in the Division II playoffs beginning next week. It rained pretty heavily at times in that game, but so far we don't have much of a breeze. It did drizzle somewhat during pregame warm-ups, and it looks like we are set to go. The Aiea fans, they are ready for football. And you know the Kahuku side is ready as well. A lot at stake, by the way, in this game. Winner of this contest will draw a first-round bye and will claim the #1 seed overall in the HHSAA playoffs, which begin next weekend. The loser of this game will play next weekend and will take on the ILH champions. That will be either Punahou or St. Louis. That winner to be determined on Monday. Latu Tupo, one of the starting offensive linemen, will kick off, and standing back for Na'ali'i, back to receive Lofa Li'i, one of the outstanding wide receivers, as well as Landon Dela Cruz. So the crowd beginning to whip itself to a little bit of a frenzy here at Aloha Stadium. Red Raiders, of course, decked out in solid red uniforms, white numbers, red helmets, black trim. Na'ali'i wearing white uniforms, green numbers, green helmets. But you gotta love it if you're an Aiea football fan. Again, as I mentioned, 2 years ago, winning the Division II championship.
Wendell Sake has the opportunity of course, perhaps if he was to go all the way, win both championships, if that's possible. He's already won the D2. He has a chance here at winning a D1. Guy's been at this school now for 27 years.
Longtime veteran.
Yes, he is.
One of the deans.
One of the great coaches, and one of the, I guess he's got the longest, well, I'm not sure about that, but one of the longest tenures at any school here. And he's done a lot for the Na'ali'i, and I think you'll see it in this game. You're going to see a well-coached team come out here and play.
On the other side of the ducket, you've got Siwaki Levi, who is, I think, unquestionably in his tenure, since he began coaching, maybe probably the most successful head coach in the state. In fact, Siwaki Levi, 99 career victories coming into this one. A next victory by Siwaki Levi would give him 100 in just a fabulous coaching career, and what a job he has done. There is Siwaki Levi with the hat, the sunglasses, with the lei.
He's done so much for this school. Of course, you know, they were good when Doug Simones had them, but I think Siwaki took them to another level. He won the state tournament with his team, and he's just been a very, very good coach for him over the years. 99 wins, as you mentioned, going for his 100th. Only 20 losses.
Kahuku, multiple state championship winners last year in the state tournament after advancing, fell to Lelehua, trying to get back into the states. Or get back into the state tournament and be successful once again. Action being held up while our friends from Oceanic Television are still in timeout. And as we do so, let's just give you some of the announced starters for this game. First, we're going to see Na'ali'i on offense. We mentioned Kali Kuia, the quarterback. The running back is Landon Dela Cruz. The wide receivers, Lofa Li'i, Josh Blakemore, Lahaina Olsen Kuroda, and Josh Asuncion. The linemen, Malone Faumuina, Chris Anakalea, Atajilani, Mako Malepe'ai, and Nikova Sueoka. Red Raiders were introduced offensively Their starters are Colin Krebs at quarterback. We mentioned the running backs, Kamuela Alisa and Malosi Teo. The wide receivers are Redmond Tudor, Jason Evans. The tight end, Devin Unga. The offensive lineman for Kahuku is Justin Abrigano, Latu Tupo, Ken Levi, Ross Solano, and John Manu Olivao. So we are set to kick off. It will be Tupo to get things started. Dela Cruz and Li'i standing back at their own 5-yard line. The OIA Division I championship game about to be settled here at Aloha Stadium. And we are underway. It'll be a high and very short kickoff. We'll take a bounce and it'll come down to the 14-yard line to Li'i, and he is brought down at about the 25-yard line, and that is where Na'ali'i will begin first, led by quarterback Kali Kuia. 3-year starter, 5'11", 180-pound senior.
This guy's exciting. Well, let's watch the first Hawaiian Bank replay. Let's watch running back. We've got Li'i here. It's a short kick. He catches on a bounce. He's got very good hands. But Kahuku down there very, very fast to make the stop.
1st and 10 at the 25. This is a standard formation. Empty set backfield, 5 wides. Kuia dropping. Now showing the little screen to Blakemore. He loses the ball. Are they calling this a fumble? The ball was loose. The officials have indicated it was a catch and apparently recovered by Aiea, as the officials will spot the ball back behind the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Aiea cannot make mistakes against this Kahuku defense. Let's watch a Minahuni Water Company replay. Pass to his left. You see it's right there, and it's knocked out before his knee goes down. But they're lucky to get the ball back.
I think they're actually, it looked like that his knee may have come down, but it's tough to judge. But 2nd down. Here comes the rush. Kuia, and incomplete. The receivers got tripped, as the intended target was Lofa Li'i. Li'i got tripped up as the pass went downfield, but I believe the officials are going to say the ball might have been uncatchable.
Yeah, I think it's uncatchable. That's why no flag went up. But you see right off the bat what this guy brings to the table with his passing. So he had him out there. He had him out there, Kevin.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 10. This is what Wendell says, that he has to try to avoid. Needs to move the chains and keep his defense fresh. 3rd and 10. Kuia dropping, firing, and this pass is incomplete. And now a late flag thrown in the secondary at about the 40-yard line toward the Kahuku side of the field. We may have some kind of defensive interference. They called holding. Holding on Kahuku, and this is going to give the Na'ali'i an automatic 1st down.
Wow, that's a big break for Aiea. That pass was totally thrown out of bounds, and have a call like that. Automatic 1st down for Na'ali'i, boy.
And it appeared, Mike, that the pass, like the previous one, might have been overthrown and maybe uncatchable.
Against the defense. It's a 10-yard foul from the previous spot, resulting in a 1st down.
Let's watch on a Dietrich Insurance replay. I don't know what he's throwing there, but it certainly wasn't near the target. But just a bad call for Kahuku, a bad penalty.
And judging by the replay, it looked like that the pass could have been considered uncatchable. So new life for Aiea as Na'ali'i gets the 1st down via penalty. Kuia dropping, nice pocket, going to go deep down the sideline, going for Li'i, and it's deflected at the way at the very last second. Great job by Julius Purcell, the defensive back, knocking the pass away.
Nice play by Purcell. Boy, that was great. Let's watch this again on the Jiffy Lube replay. It's a nice pass, hangs up a little bit, but watch Purcell come in and just knock it down to the last second right there. Boy, that was a great play.
Also, Suayesi Tui Maune was coming in if Li'i, the intended target, makes that catch. 2nd down and 10.
Li'i makes that catch, he's gone.
Empty set backfield here on 2nd down and 10. Trips to the top of your screen. Aiea reverses, now fires into the flat, and getting drilled in the backfield is Alan Fonoti. Another great job by the defense, or rather one of the defensive backs, Shiloh Teo, reading the play nicely, causing lost yardage.
Tell, great play here. Just a sophomore, a little guy, but he's very quick, gets in there and makes a hit right there. That's just a beautiful tackle and a good read by Tell.
We've played a minute here at Aloha Stadium in this Hawaii Football Championship Division I. 3rd and 14 coming up for Aiea. Again, Aiea in shotgun, empty set with 5 wides. Here comes the rush. They'll try to throw the screen pass out to Fonoti. Fonoti gets past one way, trying to get to the outside. He'll have the first down and 4 more yards and a good conversion on 3rd and long as Aiea picks up the first down on the screen pass to Fonoti.
Boy, that was just a great play by Aiea. You see what they can do right here. Let's watch the minus replay. Aiea gets hit. But I think it's the running ability, averting tackles by Fonoti and running down the field and knowing where the first down marker is and getting out of bounds. It's a great play there. And you see the Naili fans, they love that.
Fonoti, 6'1", 180-pound junior. One thing that Wendell Say likes to utilize, he has a lot of depth at a wide receiver. So on first down, here comes the rush again. Going to go deep for Li'i. Li'i, diving catch. Does he have it? Yes, he does. What a catch by Lofa Li'i down to the 24-yard line.
Now we're seeing the Aiea offense running and going and shooting and doing what they do very well. Watch the replay by Royal Adventure Travel. Li'i diving, ball thrown just ahead of him, making a great catch, concentrating, bringing it down. I mean, this guy's a very good athlete.
26 yards on the sideline pattern, and Aiea now threatening on its first possession of the game. 1st and 10 at the 24. This play will be blown dead. We've got movement at the line of scrimmage. Aiea appeared to have moved before the snap.
Prior to the snap, delay a game against the offensive team. It's a 5-yard foul. Still be first down.
Risa Mimoto, our lead official, calling delay of game, so the line of scrimmage will be pushed 5 yards back to the 29-yard line. 1st and 15. Well, if you notice, Mike, in the first few plays of this opening possession, Aiea went short, tried to throw a couple of screen passes, and then on the prior play, the long pass to Li'i, they went for the home run ball. Aiea dropping, running. He's at the original line of scrimmage, cuts back to the 20 and gets about good yardage of maybe an 11-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and maybe 4, possibly 3 yards to go.
Well, you know, Aiea, people talk about his passing. He can run with the ball, too, when he gets a chance. We see it right here on this play. Brought to you by Tanioka Seafoods and Catering. His receivers are covered. He sees a big hole up the middle. He decides to just go up the middle and make a run the best he can. You can see how swift he is as a runner to complement his passing.
Julius Purcell finally making the stop. 11-yard gain, 2nd and 4 from the 18. The handoff to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz at the 20 and manages to drag Kaleo Spallone a couple of yards. Still, however, he'll be shy of the first down after a no gain on the play.
Yeah, good play by Spallone right there. He was right there to make the stop on a draw play. Let's watch it again. Brought to you by Pepsi. Spallone's going to come out of nowhere right here. There you see the draw, and he just hits him right there, reading the play all the way. No one blocked him.
So 3rd down and 4. Aiea out of shotgun, joined by Dela Cruz in the backfield. That's Asuncion in motion. Here comes the rush. They'll fire the quick out to the outside to Li'i, trying to spin, but he won't get away. A flag is down, and finally so is Li'i. Let's see what the flag is. It came right at the point of contact. Suaesi Tui Maune with the stop. We'll have holding against Naali'i. So let's see what Kahuku decides. They can take the play, make it 4th down, or they can push them 10 yards back and replay 3rd down all over again.
Let's see what Coach Say does here.
Not sure what Kahuku wants to do.
Holding against the offense. The foul is refused. 4th down.
So Siwaki Levi says, we'll take the play. So a loss of 4 will make it 4th and long. And I think Na'ali'i going to go for it as Kalikuia trots back into the huddle. A little bit too long for the place kicker to attempt what would be probably about a 38-yard field goal. So 4th down, big play coming up here early in this contest. Kuia dropping back, pocket collapses. Here comes the rush, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Kaniela Tuipolotu making the tackle in the backfield, and Na'ali'i drive stalls at the 27-yard line. Kahuku will have it.
Tuipolotu makes this tackle right here. You see he has nowhere to throw it. And the defensive line very quick for Kahuku on that play. Collapsing very, very quick on Kalia. And that's what they had to do. They knew he was going to throw the ball, so they just collapsed very quickly on him. And let's see what the Red Raiders do on their first possession of the game.
If you're looking for a silver lining in the cloud for Aiea, even though they didn't score, the fact that they were able to move the ball downfield against this vaunted Kahuku defense and drive it all the way down inside the 20 was good news. And best of all, it worked 4 minutes off the clock. So here comes Kahuku with the state's top rushing offense. Cowlin Krebs under center. The give is to Teo up the middle with a big hole. Teo at midfield. 40, 35, inside foot race. No one will catch Malossi Teo. Touchdown Kahuku. 73 yards on the opening play from scrimmage for the Red Raiders. And Kahuku leads 6-0.
Wow. God. My goodness. Let's watch this again. No Foods of Hawaii replay. Teo is going to get the ball straight up the middle. Look at a hole. One guy hits him. The rest is all Teo. He takes off. Slants so no one can tackle him at the last second, and scores just a dagger in the heart of Aiea. Just like that, they score a touchdown and take the lead 6-0. My goodness.
Malossi Teo. There he is, the tailback, as Kahuku going to go for 2, as they normally do. They don't have a reliable place kicker. Pass into the end zone is batted and picked off. This play should be blown dead. You cannot return a defensive extra point.
Well, they were trying.
Well, in college you can do that, but in the high schools and in the professional ranks, not the case. So it's 7:48 remaining here in the first quarter. Kahuku jumps out quickly on its opening play from scrimmage. Malossi Teo, who had an outstanding game against Farrington last week, rips the first play for 73 yards and a touchdown. It's 6-0. Kahuku leading Aiea here in the OIA championship game. We'll take this. No, we'll leave it right here. And you mentioned, Mike, a stunning turn of events for Na'ali'i, who had a very good opening drive, took the opening kickoff all the way down inside the 20-yard line, couldn't convert, and then Teo simply up the middle. That huge offensive line creates just a little bit of a hole, and the rest is the track speed of Malossi Teo.
This is when Coach says, got to get his guys together and say, look, that's just one score. All right, they did that very quickly, but we can move the ball on these guys. Don't worry about that. Forget about it. Get the ball. Let's run down the field and score our own touchdown. This is where it's psychological. He's got to let them know. He's got to let them know they can do the job here.
Aiea certainly has the personnel for a quick strike offense, and we certainly saw that.
Now you see Teo right there. I mean, just an electrifying runner.
So once again, it's going to be Tupou who will tee it up. Latu Tupou, the 5'10", nearly 300-pound center. Now they're going to put Si'ilata to kick. Si'ilata, who's normally the kickoff guy and has a little bit of a stronger leg. This one will be a line drive heading down toward the sideline. And the The ball will just bounce out of bounds. And Aiea will probably accept the penalty and take the ball, I believe, at their own 35-yard line.
Really, and really, Kahuku, you don't want to do that. You don't want to spot Aiea any more yards than you have to. I mean, they already showed they can move the ball, so really, he shouldn't be kicking it out of bounds like that.
The ball was kicked out of bounds by the kicking team. Receiving team is opted to take the ball on the 35-yard line. First down.
So let's see what Na'ali'i can do here on their second possession of this game. Opening series, they drove it inside the 20 where the drive eventually stalled. Kahuku out of shotgun, back to pass over a three-man front, looking, fires and completes it past the first down marker to Lahaina Olsen Kuroda. And then afterwards, oh my, you see the little guy in the light blue got taken out off of Bridenstine with the force out of bounds, but nonetheless a first down for Aiea.
Watch the pass from Kuida to Olsen Kuroda right here. Little short pass and knocks someone down on the sidelines there. That was an accident.
That kind of reminded me a little bit of Darren Baker. Remember in the World Series when the Giants were a couple of years ago? Except that time Darren Baker had someone pull him out of the JT Snow pull him out of the way. A young guy not as fortunate. But he's okay. Kuia may not be okay and he'll be dropped. Kevin Unga on the blitz. The linebacker comes in and drops Kahuku for a big loss.
Let's watch it again. Unga gets there very quickly. Kuia, see that? He breaks off his blockers. There's more blockers breaking off, and then he just tackle him right at the end of the backfield. And the offensive line for the Na'ali'i right now is kind of breaking down. They can't have their quarterback running around like that. He's not effective. He can't find receivers if he's being chased all over the place.
Unga, the 6'2", 222-pound senior. 2nd and 24. Kuia steps up under the rush. Here it comes again, and Kuia will be dropped once more. Michael Wiley, and again, I believe that was Tuipulotu who makes the sack. If it was Tuipulotu, that's his second sack of the night. Yeah, and it's going to be officially credited to Tuipulotu.
Yeah, I would say so. Tuipulotu gets him right here. Again, a great pass rush by the Kahuku defensive line, and they're sort of taking this game over or taking it away from Aiea right now.
Well, if you're Wendell Say, you're going to tell your center, Taji Lani, your 5'11", 230-pound junior, you got to get him some help because that's the second time he's really been forced back. Quick snap over the head of Kuia. Ball is loose. Ball is now kicked around. It'll be kicked around again, heading toward the end zone. It'll be recovered. No, still on the field. Still loose. Recovered. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Kael Alo pounces on the football, and just like that, it's 12-0 Kahuku.
You know, Kevin, you were just talking about the center, and he's the guy that made a bad snap right there. That's what caused that play to happen. And what a play it was for the Red Raiders. I mean, they're scrambling all over the place, and in the rain and the wet, were able to hang on in the end zone and score a touchdown. Very unfortunate for Na'ali'i, though.
You talk about big plays for the Red Raiders. Malosi Teo on the first possession, or the first play for Kahuku.
Timeout Kahuku, their first timeout.
Timeout Kahuku. They'll talk over the two-point conversion. They'll watch the Menahuti Water replay.
There's a snap well over his left arm. He cannot make the catch. He slides because the turf's wet, and at this point in time, it's just people chasing after and kicking the ball all over the place. Almost looks like a soccer match. You see him sliding into the end zone, and finally, it's recovered by the Red Raiders in the corner, and they get a touchdown, a sloppy touchdown, but they get an arms raiser.
BJ Beatty actually had two chances to scoop up the football, and he kicked it around. Then Kaleo Spallone had a chance to recover it in the end zone. He couldn't hang on, but finally it was pounced on in the end zone by Kaeo Alo. 12-0. And again, big plays have been the story of this game so far for the Red Raiders. Malosi Teo, 73 yards on Kahuku's first play from scrimmage, and then just moments ago, Kaeo Alo recovering a bad snap from center of Aiea, recovering it in the end zone for the touchdown. 12-0 Kahuku with the lead and trying to add 2 more here on the impending 2-point conversion. If you're Wendell Say, I think you might be telling your center, Atajilani, you got to calm down here, son. Because if you recall, before the high snap to the quarterback, he actually allowed Kaniela Tuipolotu to bull rush him. 2-point conversion coming up. We have movement as the flags are thrown. There was some slight movement by the left tackle of Kahuku and John Manu Olivao, who flinched slightly. And Kahuku will be called for illegal procedure.
False start against the offense. It's a 5-yard foul. PAT will take place from the 8-yard line.
Let's see if we can see the movement here on a Dietrich Insurance replay.
Okay.
There you see the movement right there, yeah.
Justin Abergano, right guard, flinched, but before that, it was Manu Olivao who moved slightly. So retry, this time from the 8-yard line. Teo around the right side, getting around the edge. Too much speed. That's a deuce for Kahuku. 14-0 Red Raiders.
Well, I don't know what to say about, well, let's watch it here on the Jiffy Lube replay. This is the 2 points, I'm assuming, right here by Teo. Yes, it is. You see him, he has great instincts. He goes toward the corner. He sees where it's open, and he can make the cut to get in.
14-0 Kahuku with the lead. And the Red Raiders have only run 1 offensive play from scrimmage. So far for Siwaki Levi, is exactly how I think you've kind of scripted it out. 14-0 Kahuku here in the OIA Red Championship game. Both teams, by the way, will advance to next weekend's HHSAA tournament. But on the line for the winner is a bye in the first round.
Coach says he's got to get his guys together and say, look, you know, all right, we're down 14-0. We can still do this. We can still move the ball. Make some adjustments, yes, with the center and the line. Give your quarterback time to throw the ball and do what he's capable of doing.
This time, Latu Tupo tees it up, and he'll kick it away. Line drive kick. This will come down at the 5-yard line to Lofa Li'i around the left side, and then loses the ball out of bounds. Nice stop there by Jerry Malufao, the young sophomore making the special teams tackle. With 5:43 remaining in the first quarter, 14-0 Red Raiders. Aiea will have the ball at its own 17-yard line.
Jiffy Lube replay. Lee's going to get the ball right here. And you see how slippery he's trying to make cuts, and he's kind of sliding. That's going to play a role here in this game, especially with the passing attack of Aiea.
Starting to drizzle once again here at the stadium. Kuia inside slant complete to Blakemore. Blakemore trying to get away, but will not be able to. Great job there defensively as Shiloh Teo once again on the stop, as well as Michael Wiley. Wiley, there he is in the middle of your screen, number 51, an outstanding defensive lineman, 6-foot senior.
Let's watch the Price Busters replay. Little short pass and out to the left side, but you can see how quickly Kahuku gets in there to make the stop.
That's the thing about Kahuku. This team has so much speed. It's blinding.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, they're just so fast.
That's why they've been able to shut out 7 opponents this year. Kuia going, trying to stretch it out. This pass will be picked off by Tui Maune, and Tui Maune will go into the end zone, touchdown, but there is a flag in the secondary at the 35-yard line. Let's see if this play and let's see if this interception return will be wiped out. The officials are conferring near the goal line, and this one will come back pass interference against the Red Raiders.
And that's a break for Aiea, no doubt about that.
And Aiea grabbing the towel and wiping their brows, saying, whoa. So a pass interference penalty nullifies a potential third Kahuku touchdown.
Pass interference against the defense. It's a 15-yard foul. Automatic first down.
Much to the chagrin of the Kahuku crowd, who wanted to put this game away right then.
Let's watch it right here. Price Buster's replay. A little floppy pass going up in the air. I'm not sure it was. It may have been down below your screen where that occurred on that pass interference.
Well, that ball just slipped out of the hands of Aiea like a dying duck. The ball had just had no zip to it whatsoever. Again, inside screen. Li'i trying to get to the outside. Hit once and brought down on the second time. Julius Purcell, one of the Purcell twins, making the tackle. Li'i will pick up 2 yards, making it 2nd and 8.
You just see how quick, again, that defense is. They pick up the play. They're very quick to get in there and make the stop. They didn't even have a chance really for a screen to set up. Let's watch on a minus replay. They're trying to set up again the inside receiver screen right there, but see how fast Kahuku is there to make the stop. He can't even block him out of the way.
Good discipline as well. They had a feeling that little inside screen was coming. Dela Cruz can't get anything up the middle. BJ Beatty, Ka'eo Alo, Kaniela Tuipolotu. We've called Tuipolotu's name quite often here in the first quarter. It'll bring up 3rd and long after a loss of a yard.
Let's watch it right here. It's a straight right up the middle, but again, that defensive line just beating up on that Aiea offensive line. That's the first running play I've seen him pop off here for a while.
Yeah, the first called running play.
Yeah.
3:40 remaining here first quarter. 14-0 Red Raiders jumping out early. Aiea dropping. Here comes the rush. Aiea stepping up. Has some running room on the left side. Aiea gets the first down, steps back in, and cuts back into Red Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Will here pick up a first down. BJ Beatty chasing him down from his defensive lineman spot, but not before. Aiea rips off almost 20 yards.
Watch the Tanioka's replay. Aiea, I mean, this guy's exciting to watch. I don't know what to say about him. Yes, he's a great passer, but yes, he can also run with the ball. We saw it right here. He saw an opening and decided to take it. Why not? Goes all the way down the field for a first down for the Aiea.
You can understand why Kali Aiea is so dangerous, but not only as a passer. You mentioned, Mike, that he is a very gifted athlete as well. And twice he's demonstrated that with his legs. Quick snap, and this is the backup quarterback, Alfredo Higa, who takes the quick snap, but Kahuku not going for it as Alo there makes the stop. So Wendell Say trying to go to the back pages of the playbook as Higa, the backup quarterback, makes an appearance.
Yeah, he tried to fool him, but it didn't work, and Kahuku was not fooled by that play at all. Higa's in there as quarterback. He's going to go right up the middle with it, but Red Raiders all over that play.
Higa is going to stay in. Quarterback draw. Rolling out to the right side. He'll fires and hits a wide open receiver at the 40. Trying to get to the outside, but he'll be dropped shy of the first down by a couple of yards as the pass was completed out there to Josh Asuncion. Julius Purcell on the tackle. Very interesting that Kali Aiea not in the game, and it's the backup quarterback, Alfredo Higa.
Has something happened to him? We don't know. I'll tell you what, Higa, this is a good run and throw right here. On the run, makes a real nice pass to Asuncion right there. Makes the catch. A good play for the Aiea, but you have to wonder what's happened to their star quarterback.
Well, the star quarterback's back into the game. So Aiea is back in after Alfredo Higa made a couple of nice plays. 3rd and short, pass over the middle, caught. Asuncion has the first down, and forced out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 5, but again, that results in an Aiea first down with 2:04 remaining here in the first.
Let's watch it again. Aiea, very quickly, throws to his right, to Asuncion right there. They get the first down. They needed short yardage. This is an important possession right now for the Non-Lee. They've got to do something on this drive, I think.
We're once again moving the ball deep into Red Raider territory. The first trip failed as they turned the ball over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 32. Here is Aiea, low snap, but he'll give it to Dela Cruz. And Dela Cruz again trying to test the middle, and he gets absolutely zero. A host of Red Raiders were there. Micah Wiley, Malone Fiso.
No Foods of Hawaii replay. Again, the line is so fast. Look at that, how they penetrate, overpower opposition, get right in there. Just concentrate and get it on the runner. I mean, those plays are not going to work against Kahuku like that.
Even George Tafuna in the play. Here comes Higa once again here on 2nd down and 10. Or Higa actually checked in as one of the slots as Aiea himself gets dropped. Spallone, just count them. There's 3 Red Raiders in the back there. Spallone was back there. Kevin Unga. Big loss to bring up 3rd and long.
Mountain Dew replays, watch right here. Look at that, on a blitz. No one blocked him. He zeroes in on Aiea and just knocks him for a loop.
Don't forget Michael Wiley. He was there as well. So after now, Lee got the ball to the 32-yard line of the Red Raiders. Ball is now back at the 42, bringing up 3rd down and 20. Aiea, here comes the rush again. He'll have to step up in the pocket, and Aiea will be dropped. Unga will be credited with the tackle, but again, it's that ferocious rush from those ends which is forcing Aiea to step up in the pocket.
This is coming from all directions, everywhere. I mean, he doesn't have a chance at all. He's running around. He can't find anybody to throw to, and he can't run either at this point in time. So it's got to be very frustrating for Aiea.
Lofali'ili, who is the nephew of defensive coordinator for Aiea, Mika Li'ili'i, kicks it away. Beautiful kick. He'll take a bounce, and it's saved, but did it break the plane of the goal line? It did.
Oh, that's too bad. Looked like that looked like a real nice save there.
Well, again, in high school, if the ball just breaks the plane of the goal line, it's ruled an automatic touchback. So that is the final play of the first quarter. And Kahuku, who ran 1 offensive play in the first quarter, also got a defensive touchdown, leads 14-0. Back for the second quarter here on Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports.
You see me, and all the world can see that we should be together.
When it comes to taking care of people's cars, just look for the Jiffy Lube sign. Doing what it takes, 1 car at a time. Doing what it takes at Jiffy Lube.
Say hello to good boys. Say hello to Price Busters.
Kevin Ashura, Mike Nelson back here at Aloha Stadium for the OI Championship game. You saw that prior Dietrich spot. You saw the stick figure man scratching his head, and I think that could also be Wendell Say as well. He's got to try and solve the problem, because right now the big problem, it's Kahuku's defensive front, which is wreaking havoc on Aiea's vaunted ball-moving offense.
Well, if you think about it, they're controlling the game. They really are. Yeah, Kahuku scored 2 touchdowns on 1 play and all that, but that defensive line is controlling this game. They're keeping Aiea from doing what they like to do. That's pass the ball.
This, folks, is Kahuku's second play from scrimmage, and this is the opening play of the second quarter. The give is to Teo. Teo slips on the carpet and will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he ran into his own man there.
Well, he tried to bounce out, then cut back up the field, but just slipped. Right now, against Malosi Teo, the one thing that has gotten Teo down is the field turf.
Yeah, see, he ran into his own man blocking off. Then he tried to bounce off and find a hole, and he slipped down because of wet turf.
So Teo now officially 2 carries for 73 yards. Back to pass on the play action. Pass is complete out to the tight end, Devin Unga. Unga will have 12 yards in the first down. And one thing that Carolyn Krebs does very well, very good in play action.
Yeah, he does. And we're going to watch it on this play right here. First Wine Bank replay. Play action fake right there, and he throws to his right. And his man's wide open, which is a typical Kahuku play. Catch the ball and run up the field and get the first down.
So 1st and 10. Tight formation in the eye. Here is Teo around the left side. Teo with 9 yards on the carry.
Now you're seeing Kahuku. Now that they have a 2-touchdown lead, they're going to start running that ball, which they're so well and so very good at doing. Let's watch again. Teo's going to get the ball here for 9 yards, but this is what they do well right here, is run the football and run the clock down and control everything. And right now, they've got this game under control.
Roland Fomai finally came from behind to make the stop. 2nd and less than maybe about half a yard. Again, tight formation. Kamuela Alisa is the up back. Teo is the deep back. The give is to the up back, Alisa. Alisa fighting for tough yards, and he'll get up to the 45-yard line before being brought down by 3 Na'ali'i. Quentin Peterson among those on the tackle, as well as Isaac Tuilaepa.
It's the first time Alisa's touched the ball in this game. It's in the second quarter. Let's watch it right here, brought to you by Dietrich Insurance. He's a big guy, finds the holes, takes a lot of guys to bring him down. But this is what Kahuku does very well.
1st and 10, Red Raiders, ball at their own 45. Again, tight formation. The give is to Alisa, who is lined up at the tailback. Alisa will gain almost 4 yards before being brought down. There is a flag on the play. Stili Malepeai, as well as Justin Hunt. There he is, number 95. Holding, by the way, called against Kahuku.
Aiea will take any break they can get to stop the running attack of Kahuku. If it takes a penalty, they'll take it.
Holding against the offense. It's a 10-yard spot foul. It will still be first down.
Still first down, but as you heard Reese Alimoto, it is a spot foul. Oh, there's the hold right there.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Ooh, and that, talk about being mugged. Pele Avea was the guilty party. 1st and 20. Give is once again to Malosi Teo. This time Teo with short yardage, pickup of only 4.
Yeah, no, they look good on that play, making a stop. Not allowing any open holes for Teo, because once he breaks through the open, this guy's hard to bring down. He'll break for the end zone. See it right here. The gaps are plugged very well by Denali right there, and they don't allow any openings for him to get by.
Capena Fonseca recording the tackle. 8:45 and counting here in the first quarter. 2nd and 17. Red Raiders will split 2 wides to the top of your screen. Play action. Krebs dropping, steps up, fires, and the pass is incomplete, intended for the 6'2 wide receiver, Jason Evans.
You know, sometimes Kahuku, they do run the ball a lot, but every once in a while they will throw it, and Krebs can throw the ball. He's thrown for a few touchdowns this year, and they'll lull you to sleep that way. Let's watch again on Royal Adventures Travel Replay. Krebs overthrew his receiver here, but hit the referee in the foot too. But they do, on occasion, throw the ball, and sometimes they'll catch you sleeping. A man be open, they'll catch him downfield.
Well, you would think here on 3rd and 17 that this is an obvious passing formation, but that at times just never bothers Kahuku. In fact, look at Aiea. Look at how they're stacking the box, and now Kahuku will call a timeout. It's their second.
Timeout, Kahuku. Their second timeout.
So the Red Raiders will have one timeout remaining with 8:24 remaining here in the first half. Red Raiders up 14-0. Malosi Teo on the first play of scrimmage for Kahuku, 73 yards, making it 6-0. And then Kaio Alo recovering a fumble in the end zone, making it 14-0 after the 2-point conversion. And that's where we stand right now. Again, the winner of this game not only wins the OIA championship, but will earn the first round bye the HHSA playoffs. So they'll have next week off. The loser of this game will be the number 2 seed of the OIA, and they'll have perhaps the unenviable task of facing the ILH champion, which will, by the way, be St. Louis or Punahou. That game will be played on Monday night right here at Aloha Stadium.
My goodness, the ILH this year, I mean, geez, they all beat each other, you know. I mean, it's just exciting to watch it. And it's going to be interesting to see who wins that game Monday night.
The OIA what got pretty crazy here as well. I mean, we've seen not only your typical powers, like your Kahuku's just continuing to dominate, but then we've seen the revival of some other programs. Waianae comes to mind, a proud program that has been down over the last few years, and finally making a re-emergence as a power on the west side. We've seen Mililani bounced out of the OIA playoffs quickly. Castle, the OIA East Red champion, surprised somewhat by Aiea. Although you look at where Aiea's where they are right now here in the championship game, it turned out to be not so much as a surprise. Here on 3rd down, look at Aiea putting 7 players in the box. Here comes the rush. Krebs being pressured, and he will be dropped.
That's a big play for the Na'ali right there.
Mana Ohia, the safety, on a blitz right up the middle and drops Cullen Krebs for a big loss on 3rd down, and Kahuku will have to kick.
We saw it coming. You called it, Kevin. Let's watch about Tanioka's replay. No one blocks him. That's Ohia, and he just goes right after Krebs and brings him down. That's a big play for the Na'ali.
Gary Nagy to kick it away. Lofa Li'i standing back at his own 28-yard line. Play will be blown dead. There was still 3 or 4 seconds left on the play clock. So we have some kind of movement at the line of scrimmage. And if one thing that has hurt Kahuku this year, Mike Nelson, penalties.
Well, they've always been like that, historically over the years.
Prior to the snap, false start. Against the offense, down remains 4. It's a 5-yard foul.
Penalties and the kicking game.
Yeah, and over the years, I mean, these guys amass a lot of penalties.
Isiwaki Levi, sure not happy about that call. So here we go, 4th down, and boy, Kahuku has to go back home to the North Shore to pick up the first down. Beautiful punt by Nagy. Will take Li'i from the 37. Gets a block around the outside. Li'i will be forced out of bounds just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at Aiea's own 49-yard line. So with 7:23 remaining here in the first quarter, Aiea with decent field position here to start off this drive. But Mike, as you mentioned on the previous Aiea possession, where they need to not only move the ball, which they have been, but they need to start punching it in and get some points.
I'll tell you what, that Ohia dunk of Krebs, that's going to, I think, play a very pivotal role right here. I mean, the Na'ali only down 14-7. They've got a chance to do something here close to midfield.
Trips to the top of your screen as Kali Kuia shotgun. Dropping back, again stepping out of the pocket, and he'll be dropped down by guess who? Kaniela Tuipulotu. That's his 3rd sack of this game.
Guy's amazing. I mean, just gets right in there and just dunks him all over the place.
Tuipulotu was playing nose guard. Boy, just having his way with Atajilani, the center of Aiea.
Just a junior. He'll be back next year. Look at that. Now they they fight off their blockers and they get right in there and just make the stop. I mean, God, these guys are fast.
Man, if you're the left guard, you've got to slide over and provide better help.
Somebody's got to do something.
And they're doing by the way, with a 3-man rush.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Here on 2nd and long, pass is complete to the outside and complete out to Lahaina Olsen Kuroda. Kuroda gets nearly back to the line of scrimmage. Not quite, though. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 12.
These plays seem to work against Kahuku. You kind of catch them sleeping out there, even though they're rushing 3 guys. These little sweep plays to the right or left side. Olsen Kuroda gets it right here. He's wide open. Ran out of field to run on.
Ooh, and you know what? Off of Bridenstine almost could have been called for a late hit out of bounds. As it stands, however, 3rd and 12. Kuia back, firing. This pass in and out of the hands of a defender. Then almost might have been caught. Chico Ramirez had the pick, but then the ball went through the hands of the receiver, Josh Blakemore. And I'll tell you, he's a little lucky and hangs on to that. That's 6 for Aiea.
He is. Let's watch it right here. It goes right off his hands there, and maybe the wet weather had something to do with that. I don't know, but he doesn't make that little tip. That might be an arms raiser.
Lofali'i back to punt it away here on 4th down and 12. High end over end punt will take a bounce. It'll get past the punt returner Tui Maune. Picked up for some reason by Tui Maune at the 1. Tui Maune cuts back and finally is brought down at about the 30-yard line. So what looked to be disastrous, Suasi Tui Maune, who had the ball go under his hands and then for some reason fielded it at about the 2. Maybe he felt that he touched it, but he turns out to pick up a very nice return.
Hey, I don't know if he touches it right here or not. Let's watch it. Does he touch it? I don't. Maybe he felt it. I don't know. But he went after the ball. He could have just let it go in the end zone. But he decides to catch it. Then he makes an outstanding run once he gets it. Looks like they got him cornered right here. You think they'd get him?
Boy,
and then he slips all the way and has an open sideline right there. Good moves right there. I mean, my goodness. Tui Maune is lucky, but
right, if you're
really, Aiea should have had him back there.
If you're Wendell Say, you're going nuts right now because you had 3 Aiea defenders surrounding Suasi Tui Maune. You had him cornered back at about the 3-yard line and you let him get away. That's the kind of night it's been for Kahuku so far. 6:10 remaining here in the first half, and Kahuku now here at a rainy Aloha Stadium continuing to nurse a 14-0 lead. It's only a 2-touchdown advantage, but this game clearly has been dominated by Kahuku. 1st and 10 at the 3. Krebs will give it to right up the middle to Teo. Malosi Teo rips off another 7 yards.
And again, you see the rain coming down. This is going to play in the hands of Kahuku. They're just going to run the ball. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Let's watch it in the first line bank replay. Just give it to Tail, go right up the middle, smash mouth football. It's what they know best.
Well, this much is obvious. The Kahuku interior lines on both sides of the football have
dominating, yeah.
They have dominated Aiea's front throughout this game. 2nd and short. Once again, this is Teo. He'll have the first down nearly to the 45-yard line. The drive will continue with 5:27 remaining here in the half.
Watch it again. Replay brought to you by the Minahuni Water Company. Tail's going to get the ball right up the middle again like he did on the last play. This time he gets a first down. And again, we talked about it, Kevin. The dominance of both lines by Kahuku is just controlling this game.
Absolutely controlled. They've been controlling the tempo of this contest. 1st and 10, just shy of the 45. Kamuela Elisa, the tailback, after the fullback is moved back as the deep back, and he gets dropped after about a pickup of 3 yards on the play. Alex Munga. Mungo's making the stop, as well as this guy. You saw number 66, Isaac Tuialepa, a transfer from Colorado.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I hear Tail getting the ball once again, and Munga makes the tackle right there. But, I mean, this is what Kahuku does. This is what they do very well.
So going back to Isaac Tuialepa, Wendell Say calls him a Rocky Savaing Aiea clone. Of course, Rocky Savaing Aiea, now at UH, but a former Na'ali'i. Krebs going deep, going to Evans, batted away at the last second. Great job in the secondary by the safety, Jarek Lake, who batted the ball away from Jason Evans at the last second.
Well, it's a good thing he did, because he doesn't do that. That's a Red Raider arms raiser, buddy. I'm telling you right now. Jarek Lake, just watch it again right here. Brought to you by Dietrich Insurance. Play action fake. Krebs has plenty of time to throw it. Yeah, a little winger, but see that? Lake got there right at the last second, knocks that ball away.
So the incompletion brings up 3rd and 7 with 4:19 remaining here in the first half. The rains have stopped, at least for the moment. Again, Aiea going to crowd the line of scrimmage. The give is to Elisa. Elisa past midfield and dives forward, but he's still going to be shy of the first down marker by maybe 2 yards, depending on the spot. Justin Hunt, number 95, a 3-year starter at defensive end with the stop.
Stacked in the I formation, hands off to his halfback. And of course, that's Lisa getting a few yards. Close to a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th and short for the Red Raiders, and they're going for it.
As obviously as they probably would. And why not? This offensive front has dominated Aiea's defensive line. The give is to Teo, waiting, but waiting, on the other hand, is Aiea. Tuialepa, as well as 2 other Na'ali'i, stymie Malosi Teo in the backfield. So on 4th down, the Red Raiders will turn the ball over in downs, and again, Aiea will begin field position near midfield.
They're again the I formation, same plays they ran before, just went to the right side. Aiea was ready for him this time. They got over there and then they got past their blockers and they made the tackle. That's a big momentum changer. Well, perhaps a big momentum changer for Aiea if they can do something right here.
That looked like Robert Holliday, wearing number 30, might have been the guy who made first contact. Ball is loose, and then the quarterback slips down as Kahuku looks like he got his foot tangled up with Landon Dela Cruz, and this is going to be a big loss of 9 yards.
That really hurts. That really does. Let's watch again on Royal Adventure Travel Replay. I just think it's a bad snap, Kevin. He snapped it, and then he got tripped right there by his own man. He's lucky he held on to the ball.
3 minutes remaining here in the half. Kahuku with a 14-zip lead as we are winding down the first half of action here in this Hawaii Division I Championship. Kuia dropping, short drop, will go deep to the sideline pattern, and it is caught. First down. Josh Blakemore on the sideline pattern. Then after, we got penalty flags coming out after the play was over. There was some extracurricular activity in front of the Aiea bench. Let's see what Reese Zamimoto has to say.
Oh. Let's watch on Tanioka's replay. This is a beautiful pass play to Blakemore right here. He catches it over his shoulder and then goes out of bounds, and then something happened. Not sure what it was, but it happened against a Na'ali'i.
What had happened upfield, and I think an Aiea receiver planted one of the Kahuku defensive backs at about midfield, but we'll have to see if the first down stands first and then the 15-yard mark off after.
Aiea made the line to gain, so it will be first down. After the play was over, personal foul against Aiea, 15-yard foul. It will still be 1st and 10.
Good news for Aiea. Na'ali'i will still get the first down, but again, 15 yards marked off. Ball now spotted at Kahuku's 48-yard line. That penalty kind of hurt in a way, but good news again, first down. Kuia again under duress, and he'll be dropped. Let me guess, was it Tui Polotu?
He's got a 50 on his uniform?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Kaniela Tui Polotu is having a monster game. Although it was Kevin Unga who made the initial pressure.
Again, I mean, they know he's going to throw. They come in. They're big. They're fast. They stop. Aia's line just can't stop them right now.
Well, this time
And they're worn out. You know, they're probably tired too at this point in time.
Well, this time give Kaniela Tuipulotu half a sack, along with Kevin Unga. Where Kaniela Tuipulotu, who's playing nose guard for Kahuku's defensive alignment in a 3-downman lineman rush, as he'll be dropped again from behind. And guess who? Tuipulotu again.
No. Number 50?
Oh my goodness, Tuipulotu is having a most memorable game here in the OIA Championship.
He's getting a lot of dunks. There's no doubt about that. Look, right there. He has you see it right there. He's so fast. He spins off his blockers. They can't stop him. He comes in and he just gets the quarterback so fast. I mean, now Lee's really got to make some adjustments at halftime on this if they can do it.
Third and forever. Here's Aiea. He's going to go to the sideline pattern again. Pass cannot be held on by Blakemore as he gets knocked from behind into the bench, and he is a little slow in getting up. Shiloh Teo making the hit.
Watch replay right here. Going to his left side. And he drops the ball. He doesn't catch it. It's unfortunate again for Nali.
Li'i standing back to kick it away. High wobbly kick. Shiloh Teo hit immediately after feeling the punt at about the 27-yard line. So very, very short return. James Buchanan on the special team stop with 58 seconds remaining here in the first half, which has been somewhat of a nightmare for Na'ali'i.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, I don't know. Coach says he's got to say a lot at halftime here because he's got to make some adjustments. He's going to have to talk to his linemen.
58 seconds remaining. We'll take this short break and bring you back the conclusion of this first half. It's 14-0 Kahuku here on the Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports. Kevin Hashiro, Mike Nelson back here at Aloha Stadium. We have 58 seconds remaining here in the first half, and Kahuku was dominated this game, leading 14-0. But if you're Wendell Say, the saving grace is you're only 2 scores behind. Toss sweep to the left side, and this is Molosi Teo again trying to get around the edge and then forced out of bounds at about the 31. Make it the 32-yard line by a pair of Na'ali'i defenders. Clock will stop with 51 seconds remaining.
Watch replay right here. Teo's going to get the ball. A little pitch out. USC student body left. And Na'ali'i kind of defended that pretty good, I thought. Chased him out of bounds.
One of the few times they've had containment on Molosi Teo. 2nd and 5 from the 33 with 51 seconds remaining in the half. Toss sweep again to Teo, and it looks like he's going to throw. He will. Going deep for Tudor over his head and beyond his reach. So for the first time tonight, Kahuku trying to catch Aiea sleeping, going to the track star Redmond Tudor, one of the fastest players in the state, the 6'2" wide receiver. Third down coming up.
Again, lulling him asleep. They do that. Then they pull off a play like this. There you see a pass, a halfback option, throws down the field. It looks like the ball may have slipped a little bit in his hands, but well defended, double coverage by the Na'ali'i.
Excuse me, that was Kamuela Alisa
Throwing the ball,
throw.
yeah.
But read nicely by Aiea, considering Tudor, one of the fastest athletes here on the Kahuku side. Misdirection. Here comes the rush, and Krebs will be dropped. Justin Hunt, we mentioned his name a little while ago. A 3-year starter for Aiea at defensive end. The 6'1 senior comes up with a big play defensively. 30 seconds remaining, and I think Aiea is going to call a timeout to stop the clock.
One of the few bright spots has been Hunt on defense. We see it right here on the blitz. He comes through and gets past his man and makes the tackle on Krebs. And they just need to do a lot more of that.
So Aiea calls timeout to try to preserve the clock with 30 seconds remaining and 4th down coming up. And I don't think that Siwaki Levi is going to gamble 4th down with the ball spotted at Kahuku's own 24-yard line. Well, Wendell Say has got a lot of adjustments to make for the second half, but like we were saying here earlier, Mike, even though Kahuku thoroughly has dominated both sides of this game, the Red Raiders are still, or rather Aiea still only behind by 2 scores, and with this quick strike offense, they can easily get back into this one.
They could, and get a break here and there if Kahuku makes a mistake, and they can take advantage of it. Yeah, they're only down 14-0, but he's going to have to make adjustments on his lines. He can move the ball, but he's got to be able to move the ball when he wants to move the ball, and right now the Kahuku defensive line is not letting him do that.
There are some of the brave souls out here at Aloha Stadium. Rain? What rain? Charles, or rather Gary Nagy, standing back at his own 11. Lofali'i to receive for Aiea. There he is, the outstanding wide receiver, back to receive. Line drive kick, Li'i from his own 37. Gets one block, cuts up, bounces off of his own man, and finally wrestled down to the turf by Suesi Tuimaune. Short return, 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. So Aiea will have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
He's going to get the ball right here. Gets a good block right there and then runs into his own man right there. And that kind of stopped his momentum. At that point in time, the Red Raiders had him surrounded.
Only 18 seconds remaining here. I formation as Kuia under center. Play action. Fires it out to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz, oh, he should have gotten out of bounds, and instead the diminutive tailback stayed in with 9 seconds left. Right, and he could have gotten out of bounds, saved the timeout with 9 seconds remaining.
Timeout Aiea, their second timeout.
There you see Kevin Unga, who made the stop. So Landon Dela Cruz, the transfer, came to Aiea after spending a couple of years at Damien. And we'll take a break with 9 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Second down coming up here on the Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports.
No, 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 no. Nobody does it like no fool. Nobody does it like no fools. No fools.
World champion figure skater Christy Yamaguchi reaches for the gold in everything she does. And when the Olympic gold medalist wants to add flavor to her foods, she reaches for Aloha Gold soy sauce from Aloha Shoyu. Aloha Gold soy sauce from Aloha Shoyu.
For nearly 20 years, we've provided delicious, quality water for the people of Hawaii. Menehune Water continues its tradition from our state-of-the-art bottling plant, bringing you the same great-tasting water, though we still might be getting help from somewhere. Menehune Water.
Back here at Aloha Stadium, only 9 seconds remaining here in the half. 14-0 Kahuku with the lead over Aiea. And again, an I formation set for Kulia or Kali Kuia. Again, they've only got time for a couple of plays to try and stick it in the end zone. Again, a quick out going to the sideline. This pass is picked off. Leaping INT by Sueasi Tuimaune with 4 seconds remaining. So Tuimaune, who had an interception return for a touchdown wiped out earlier in the half, comes up with a drive-stopping interception.
That just wasn't a good pass, that's all. Kuia right there throws. Tumahe's got that figured all the way. I mean, that was well underthrown to his receiver. Just not a good throw.
Well, Aiea, which has been under intense pressure offensively, especially when Kahuku drops back to pass. It seems like he's seen number 50, Kaniela Tuipolotu, in his face all night long, just simply under center and just going for those little quick passes. Half's not done yet. We got flags for the snap of the football.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, it's a 5-yard foul. Remains first down.
So again, 4 seconds remaining as the ball is pushed back another 5 yards, making it 1st and 15. Siwaki Levi is, I think, maybe overall pretty pleased with his team's performance, even though they've hurt themselves with a couple of penalties. Defensively, though, his Red Raiders have just been stellar. This could be the final play of the half. And the give is to Teo. Teo dragged down at the 25-yard line, and that will be the final play of the first half. A half dominated in the interior lines by the Kahuku Red Raiders, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. 14-0 is our score here at the half. Kahuku leading Aiea here in this OIA Division I championship game. Jim Oshiro and Don Belena will bring you the rest of this game here in the second half of action. For everybody here at Aloha Stadium, for Mike Nelson, I'm Kevin Oshiro. Stay tuned. Second half is coming up here on the Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports.
Back at Aloha Stadium for half number 2 of the OIA Red Division Championships. Jim Oshiro, Don Belena now joining you, and Kahuku leading Aiea 14-0. And Don, when this game first started, did not look good for the Aiea Na'ali'i as they spotted Kahuku 14 quick points in less than 6 minutes. But give Na'ali'i credit, they have made some adjustments on defense, and since then they have held the defending OIA champs scoreless.
Well, physically, Na'ali'i has been just totally been getting eaten up there in the middle. The dominating player for Kahuku is that nose tackle, Kaniela Tuipolotu. He's got about 4.5, 5 sacks so far in this ball game, and he's just absolutely just crushed the middle of that offensive line for Na'ali'i. And on top of that, the poor quarterback for Aiea, Kahuku, he's taking some lumps, and toward the ending of the half, we saw him kind of grabbing some body parts and whatnot, and we'll see how it affects him this second half.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. Kuia has taken a beating in the first half, and yeah, Kaniela Tuipolotu has been the man, the monster man on defense for Kahuku. Just a junior, by the way, but boy, he has made an impact in this game. Recapping the scoring back in the first half, Kahuku scored all their points in the first quarter. On Kahuku's first possession on the first play, Malosi Teo busted through and romped down 73 yards for a touchdown, and quickly Kahuku was ahead 7-0. On Aiea's next possession, on a 3rd and long situation, Kahuku forced a fumble. The ball was kicked around a couple of times, and finally it was recovered in the end zone by Kaeo Alo, and that gave Kahuku a 14-0 lead after the 2-point conversion.
And it's kind of ironic that the kind of kicking around deal is, you know, here we are, the Red Raiders, and we had the Dave Casper rule in the NFL, the Oakland Raiders, where he kind of kicked it around until he fell on it onto the end zone, and that's why they have a special ruling for that in the NFL. And of course, that doesn't affect us here in high school, and that thus we have the score 14-0.
Well, Wendell Say must have challenged his team, no question about that. Aiea has had a pretty good defense throughout the season, especially in their last 6 games. But well, after those 2 quick scores, you know that Wendell Say just challenged his defense to really step it up, and they've done just that. So Kahuku will receive the ball as we start the second half, and the ball is taken at the 11-yard line by Shiloh Teo. Teo running to the far side now, following his blocks, has a hole. Teo at the 40. Teo trips up at the 48-yard line, and he'll be spotted at midfield. So a great return there for Kahuku to start things off here in the second half.
Great run back there by Teo, and I wish I could get the correct player listed here because they got both number 96s. They have two number 96 on the roster. It's either Santa Claus Taese or Kanekoa Asing.
During the return, block in the back. Against the receiving team, 10-yard foul, first down.
Oh, that's a big blocking penalty called against Kahuku, as that will nullify a excellent run by Shiloh Teo. Now, Kahuku will have to watch out for that throughout the rest of the evening. Again, they've been penalized quite a few times here in the game already. That could hurt them in the end.
That's pretty been the mark on Kahuku this whole season. Really, they've been their own worst enemies at times.
Timeout Aiea, their first timeout.
And right off the bat, Aiea calls a timeout. So before Kahuku even runs off their first play of the second half, Wendose calls the timeout for Aiea. Kahuku ranked number 1, Don, in the state. Again, they are the defending OIA champs, looking for their 13th OIA title.
And well, actually, they're making a return. They want to make a return stand because the representative for the OIA in last year's Division I championship was Leilehua, but they got bounced out pretty early this year.
Yeah, interestingly, too, the two teams that were in the championship game last year in the state tournament, Leilehua as well as Kamehameha, will not be in the state tournament this year.
Yeah, it's one of the first times that you'll actually have a non-defending champion. Usually it's either been Kahuku or St. Louis doing, defending the title, but we're not going to have any of that this year.
Of course, Kamehameha getting bounced out just a couple of nights ago here against St. Louis. So Kahuku starts off 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. Colin Krebs from under center. Center will give the ball off to Kamuela Alisa to start things off. Alisa busting through a couple of tackles, and he'll get up to the 30-yard line. So good gain on first down. Kahuku with the marvelous running back tandem of Kamuela Alisa and, of course, Malosi Teo as we watch that replay.
So we'll get to see the other guy of that two-headed running back monster back there. This is, again, Kamuela Alisa as he kind of tries to find some space in there and does a great job as he picks up about 7 yards on that play.
2nd and 2 for the Red Raiders on their own 31. The give is to Malosi Teo this time. Teo struggles, and he'll be driven back. Again, the Aiea defense, boy, how they've turned things around since those first 2 scores. I mean, they have really, really played excellent defense since.
As we take a look at this play one more time on the Menehune-Water replay, we see that the front 7 for Aiea does a good job of stacking the line of scrimmage, but there was enough push over there where Teo picks up the first down. But again, after that big play, really that first play in the first quarter where Teo runs for 73 yards, as you said, Aiea has kind of tightened up the defense.
Penalty flags called, as Kahuku had gotten the first down on that last run. Reese Amimoto, the lead official tonight in this OIA championship game.
Prior to the snap, false start. Against the offense, it's a 5-yard foul. Be first down and 15 yards.
So that false start penalty pushes the ball back 5 yards for the Red Raiders. So it'll be 1st and 15 now on their own 34. I formation for the Red Raiders, and the give is to Alisa, trying to bounce to the outside, but he'll be wrapped up before he can get there. Again, Aiea's defense very quick tonight as Capena Fonseca, the senior linebacker, makes the stop on that.
as you take a look at this replay by Dietrich, you see that Aiea Na'alia are lined up 8-man in the box. I mean, there's no question of what they're trying to stop on that drive over there. So they're just trying to stack up the line of scrimmage and dare Kahuku to throw the ball.
Well, that is key tonight for Aiea. They must stop the run of this Kahuku offense. Colin Krebs passing long downfield, had a man open, but his pass is overthrown, trying to hit Devin Unga. And I'll tell you what, Don, if Krebs was on target, Unga had a couple of steps ahead of the defensive secondary, he would have scored easily.
And that's one of the things that can happen, especially if you concentrate so much on the run. You see, he does a great job of ball handling on the play action, but unfortunately he can't deliver on the pass. And because he couldn't get step B done, I mean, like you said, if he put that right on the money and in stride, Unga would have had 6 points on that drive.
3rd and 15 now for the Red Raiders. The give. And going around is Lehi Aumua, and Aumua will be tripped up again. Aiea's defense able to knock down Kahuku. And once again, Kapena Fonseca on that tackle. So Aiea forces Kahuku to punt. And once again, the defense does their job.
There's no fooling anybody on this counter play over here. You see that instead of testing the middle of the line, they get a little bit cute by trying the outside. And great job of staying home. Kapena Fonseca sniffing out that play.
Gary Nagy gets the punt off for Kahuku, and Lofa Li'ili will let the ball bounce, and it takes a nice Kahuku bounce. And the ball is still rolling, and it will be finally touched at the Aiea 16-yard line, and that's where Na'ali will start from there. Aiea has not had the greatest of field positions, at least thus far in this game. At times we've seen Na'ali moving the ball well, but then the Kahuku defense, boy, they got that good reputation out there. They really step it up, and they have just shut out Aiea thus far.
It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle Kuia this half, if they're going to get him out of the pocket to give him some room.
1st and 10 for Aiea on their own 16. And Kuia passes it off to Lofa Li'ili'i. Li'ili'i dancing now, and he'll get up to the 24-yard line. So a good pickup on 1st down for Aiea. Lofa Li'ili'i, the junior slot back, 5'10", 160 pounds.
Li'ili takes this inside wide receiver screen here, and this is all him. Kahuku does a good job of playing off the blocks. Their defensive backs are not only fast, they're real strong. They absolutely out-physical the receivers for Aiea.
Li'ili, the top receiver in the state. Every time he catches that ball, he averages about 19 yards. 2nd and 3, and the give is to Landon De La Cruz, the senior running back, and he'll get nothing on that. That running play has not really worked at all tonight for Aiea. Of course, Kahuku has always been known for their tough run defense.
And we actually get to call somebody else's name on the defensive line for Kahuku, as we see number 51 penetrating and doing a great job of wrapping up, and that is Micah Wiley.
So 3rd and 7 for Aiea with 7:45 left here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0, Kahuku leading Aiea. Kuia will pass it off, and it's complete out to Li'ili'i, but he'll be about a yard or two short of the 1st down marker. Chico Ramirez was there on coverage.
And again, it kind of looks like they're going to establish Li'ili'i. He is their best receiver, and he is their top producer this season. And he's just short of the 1st down, and I think it's a little bit too early for them to start playing around. And right now, they just need to take care of some field position, and their defense has done a good job. So Aiea over here making a good decision by punting.
Timeout Kahuku, their first timeout of the 2nd half.
And now Kahuku calls a timeout here with 7:32 left. And while the teams take a timeout, we'll take one as well. Kahuku leading Aiea 14-0. We'll be right back on Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
Have you been to Midas Hawaii? When it comes to service, we're set to the bar. To Midas, why you came for this and we do that, so we might as well.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, Mom.
At Hawaii Pacific University, you don't have to give up the things you love to get a quality private education.
Kahuku leading Aiea 14-0 in the championship game of the 2005 OIA playoffs. Aiea facing fourth and one. They're forced to punt the ball away. So Aiea 3 and out on that. And we talked about Kahuku's run defense earlier. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second, as a little muff on the snap there. Lofa Li'i picks up the ball, has the first down, and boy, I'll tell you what, a big play there for Aiea. Could have been disaster, as Li'i not able to handle the snap, but he recovers, picks up the ball, and runs for the first down and more.
I'm not sure if that was in the plan, really, so I'd like to see how this pans out on top of the replay. You see that they tried to do the little motion deal, and yeah, it looks like he legitimately drops that ball, so it wasn't part of the play, but he does a great heads-up play by picking the ball and just running up the sideline and finding the first down for the Na'ali'i. So the Na'ali'i in business here.
Li'i is so dangerous, really a quick runner, and he gets the first down there for Na'ali'i. So 1st and 10 for Aiea on their own 44. Guia dumps it off to Lahaina Ocean Kuro. I make that Landon De La Cruz. And De La Cruz will get up to the 49-yard line. Gain of 5 on that.
Let's take a look at that on the replay. Take a look at it one more time. That screen pass was actually thrown to number 32, Matt Higa. And that was snuffed out nicely, but then not after Higa picks up about 5 yards on that play.
Higa, the sophomore, 5'6", 150 pounds. A gain of 5, 2nd and 5 on Aiea's 49-yard line. They'll try option on this play, and the pitch out to Higa once again. And boy, he is drilled out of bounds there. But you know, one thing about that Kahuku defense, they got some big guys there, and boy, they are so quick.
Wow, I'd like to take a look at this hit right here. They try a little drag pitch over here, and I'm sure this is one that, oh, that's absolutely a highlight reel hit there by number 12, Suese Tuimaune.
Boy, the oohs and the ahs said it all right there. Of course, we've seen some big hits in this game throughout. 3rd and 4 now for Aiea on at midfield, and we have penalty flags thrown right off the bat. And I think we'll have some movement on the Aiea side, but we'll see.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, the 5-yard foul. Remains 3rd down.
So the penalty goes against Aiea. Make it 3rd and 9 now for Na'ali'i. Now, getting back to Kahuku's defense, I mean, we talked about their run defense, how tough they are, but let's face it, their defense has just been tough all year, period. I mean, here's a team that's given up just 30 points through 9 games.
And most of those points came in that defeat to Castle.
Yeah, Castle is the only team that defeated Kahuku this year. First game of the regular season, by the way, 23-6 as they beat the Red Raiders, as Kauai's pass long down the far sidelines is overthrown, so that'll bring a 4th down for Aiea. Hard to imagine, too, that Kahuku, out of their 9 games, they've got 7 shutouts. That's almost unheard of.
As a credit to the defensive players and the coaches putting together such a great game plan. And they've shut down some pretty high-powered offenses like Kapolei and what have you.
Kapolei only scored 7 points against the Red Raiders in the quarterfinals of the OIA playoffs. Aiea punts the ball off, and the ball is taken at the 26-yard line. And still on his feet now, and he'll bring the ball up to the 20, rather make it the 43-yard line. So a lot of action there on that return punt. So Esi Tuimaune with the return there for Kahuku.
A little bit of extracurricular there. Glad they kind of cleaned that up real quickly. Li'i had to kind of reach back, and it hit an end-over-end kick. And we see, oh, the ball was actually fumbled. That's the reason why there was such a melee over there. And they were trying to get after that ball.
A big prize of the winner, the OIA championship, as well as a first-round bye in the state tournament next week. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders on their own 43. The give is to Malosi. Teo busts through now, out of the open. Teo at the 30, Teo at the 20, Teo at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kahuku. 57 yards on that touchdown run by Malosi Teo, his second of the game. Remember earlier he had a 73-yard romp.
So Teo having a great evening. I mean, he's having ridiculous numbers right now. 2 big busted runs for touchdowns, and they equal about 130 yards total.
Well, Malosi Teo has been going off in this OIA playoffs. Kahuku will go for 2. Teo with the ball, and he'll be stopped short. So the 2-point attempt fails for Kahuku. 5:23 left here in the third quarter, and Kahuku now adds to their lead. They now lead at 20-0 over Aiea. Boy, Malosi Teo.
As we take a look at the touchdown replay over here by First Hawaiian Bank, you see how he does that little counter step, getting everyone to suck to the left-hand side of the line, and he does a great job of ducking around to the right-hand side. And after that gets underway, you see that Teo, he has an extra gear once he finds open space.
Don, coming into this game, Malosi Teo, he had 196 yards in the quarterfinal game against Kapolei. Last week in the semis against Farrington, he had 161 yards, 357 yards in just 2 games. 5:23 left, 20-0. Kahuku leading Aiea. We'll take a break. You're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Pepsi's got that special taste created for the cold. The cold turns on that Pepsi drive, makes Pepsi Cola come alive. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Back at Aloha Stadium, 20-0. Kahuku leading Aiea after that 57-yard touchdown run by Malosi Teo. And just before we went to break, we said that Teo had 357 yards coming into this game. Already he has over 100 yards in this game. But I'll tell you what, that guy has been the man, not only in this playoffs, but going back even the last few games of the regular season.
Well, once they decided to, give more of the bulk of the carries to Teo, because for a while there they were trying to even it out because they got similar skills between him and Alisa, but then Teo has been the workhorse over the past few weeks, as you've mentioned.
Teo also has 6 touchdowns in the playoffs. So Aiea, they've got some work to do as Li'i takes the kickoff at his own 16. Li'i bouncing around, and he'll get up to the 25-yard line. Boy, 20-0. Kahuku leading Aiea. And all their scores coming on very big plays. Teo with 2 big touchdown runs, and then of course that fumble recovery back in the first quarter.
Aiea has been able to move the ball, but unfortunately, like you said, those big plays have kind of shot them in the foot. And the thing about it is, if they, being Kahuku, had consistent drives, this could actually be a score that could be a lot worse.
Aiea and Aiea will start off 1st and 10 on their own 25. Kali will pass on, and his pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Lahaina, Olsen, Kuroda. Now both teams come in very hot. Both Kahuku and Aiea both have 6-game winning streaks coming in. Offense has been working well. The defenses have been playing well as also.
And of course, last week they surprised a revitalized Waianae team. Everybody thought it was going to be a, traditional Kahuku Waianae matchup.
Boy, that was a good fun game to watch too. A back and forth contest. Aiea coming out on top. 2nd and 10 now, and Kauia's pass. Once again trying to hit Lahaina, Olsen, Kuroda, but that pass thrown a little bit wide. So that'll quickly bring up 3rd and 10. Not the kind of situation that Wendell Say would like. Remember on their last drive, they went 3 and out.
Yeah, because on these 3rd and longs, I mean, Kahuku hasn't been doing anything fancy on the defensive line. They've just been going straight up bull rush, and this could be Tuipulotu territory.
Kauia passing long down the near sidelines on 3rd and 10, and the pass is picked off. Richard Torres with the pickoff for Kahuku has room to run at the 20. We have penalty flags thrown, and Torres has run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, but we'll see what this penalty flag is all about. Kauia has already thrown 1 interception in this game. And oh, that's a big break as the penalty will go against Kahuku. An illegal block.
Well, if anything, they're going to keep possession of the ball, but it looks like instead of having the ball on about the 15-yard line, they'll be in their own territory.
Unless that was after the interception.
During the return, block in the back against Kahuku, the 10-yard foul, spot foul, 1st down.
All right, so the penalty was after the interception, so Kahuku.
As we take a look at it on the replay one more time, Kauia, you see him just sling that ball. He kind of shows you he's not that big, but he's got an arm. And there was no question about that even from his sophomore year, where he led this team to the Division II championship. And we saw that great interception and run back by Torres, only to be called back by blocking penalty.
Torres, the junior, and Kamuela Alisa will take the handoff on 1st and 10, and Aiea swarms all over him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him 1 yard on that. Boy, nothing fancy on the Kahuku side, just simple smash mouth football. They'll just grind it out on the ground and control the clock.
It's been a simple formula, and at the same time, it's been a real successful formula. So, I mean, why fix what ain't broke?
They'll say Alisa gained 1 on that. It'll be 2nd and 9 now on their own 43. Alisa trying the right side. He'll get up to the 45-yard line. But the last couple of years or so, we've seen Kahuku throwing a few more wrinkles in their offense, a little bit more passing and things like that. But this year has been more or less back to the old traditional Kahuku offense that we're so used to over the years.
Well, the bottom line is, as far as their skilled people at quarterback and receivers, we haven't really seen a quarterback since the days of Inoki Funaki, who helped Kahuku get back-to-back state championships.
Funaki, of course, now at the University of Hawaii. 3rd and 6 for the Red Raiders. Krebs will pass, and it's complete out on the right flats, and it's completed out to Joseph Whitaker, but he'll be well short of the 1st down, and Kahuku will be forced to punt the ball away.
As we take a look at this on the Jiffy Lube replay, we see that, of course, the play action is going to work because of the success of the running game so far. But at the same time, that was such a short pass. It didn't give the runner an opportunity to turn and do something with the ball.
Gary Nagy will get the ball off. We have penalty flags thrown, however. Aiea will let the ball bounce around, and it will finally be touched at the 11-yard line. But we'll see what this penalty flag is. On that last play, you saw one of the few passes thrown by Colin Krebs, not only in the playoffs, but throughout the season. Coming into this game, Krebs only had 43 attempts throughout the year.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, 5-yard foul. Repeat, 4th down.
So the false start penalty called against Kahuku, and Siwaki Levi not happy with that.
And if anything that he wants to shore up before the state tournament actually starts is to maybe hold down and shore down some of those penalties. And it's going to be interesting to see. They've gone for 2 points after they've scored all night, and it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to hurt them during the state tournament.
Gary Nagy will try again on the punt, and once again Li'i will let the ball bounce. This time it takes an Aiea hop, and then they will go up to the 32-yard line, so better field position for Na'ali'i on this drive after that second punt. Getting back to Colin Krebs, in this OIA playoffs, Krebs only has 9 attempts, but he's been very accurate. He's made the best of it, 8 of 9 for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. But make no mistake, when you talk Kahuku offense, you're talking about the run.
Yeah. And they've got the horses. I mean, Alisa and you got Teo back there. I mean, like I said, why do anything else if that's giving you a lot of success?
Kuia in trouble now on 1st and 10, and boy, he is sacked all the way back at the 25-yard line. Boy, Kali Kuia has been on the run throughout the night. All kinds of pressure defense put on by Kahuku. Now, I want to say that's about the 5th sack tonight.
And we take a look at this, and they're trying to move the pocket to give Kuia a little bit of room, but closing in real quickly on Kuia is number 45, Tuanga Mataafa.
Mataafa, just a sophomore, 5'9", 190 pounds, getting a chance to play. Kuia will pass on 2nd and 17. It's complete out at the 32, and running out of bounds at about the 33 is Landon De La Cruz.
So they get some of that yardage back, but still they've got a ways to go to get that 1st down. And for Aiea, I think right now what they're trying to do is just get that goose egg off that board.
So Aiea facing 3rd and 17 now on their own 20, make that their own 32-yard line with 1:50 left here in the 3rd. Kuia looking to pass long over the middle. His pass is off the hands of Josh Blakemore. So once again, that Kahuku defense just stifles Aiea on offense, and they force Na'ali'i to punt the ball away once again.
Kuia, usually an accurate passer, but then he's been under such a heavy rush. I mean, there's no mistaking why he threw a little bit high and wide on that throw.
Now we know that Kuia is a very talented quarterback, and boy, that passing game really needed to be on its game tonight. But I'll tell you what, all that pressure being put on by Kahuku on defense has had Kuia scrambling all night long. As Lee gets the punt off, it's taken by Lehi Aumua, and he'll be brought down at the 42. But we have penalty flags thrown.
And they're going to have some kind of blocking penalty, and the side judge over there called it real early.
Now getting back to Kuia, keep in mind that this is a quarterback that's 2nd in the state as far as stats are concerned. Kuia with 20 touchdowns this year, has passed for over 2,200 yards.
Holding against the receiving team. It's a post-scrimmage kick enforcement. It's a 10-yard foul. 1st down.
Penalty goes against Kahuku. So that'll push the ball back to the Kahuku 28.
And again, if there's been any black mark in this ball game for Kahuku, it's been the penalties.
And I know it sounds funny sometimes, I'll tell you what, I'll complete my thought when we get back as we take a break. 1:32 left here in the third quarter. 20-0. Kahuku leading Aiea. You're watching Aloha Stadium Star Sports.
Hey yo, this message is to let all my peeps know what they should be doing with tobacco products. What's that? Just leave them where they at. Before you pull them out the pack, man, leave them where they at. And if your friends think you're whacked out, leave them where they at. When your body starts to hurt and then you don't know what's the answer, now knowing that you're down by sticks of lung cancer, leave them where they at. Non-smokers are the cool ones, leave them where they at. And if you're smoking to your fool, son, smoking is a choice. So while you're puffing and you're cruising, think about the money and the health that you've been losing. When you think about buying, leave them where they at. Little kids who wanna try them, leave them where they at. 300 million people dying, leave them where they at. Tobacco company always lying, leave them where they at. These multi-million-dollar businesses are ran by gray-suit idiots and focus advertisement on everybody's kids. Don't listen, use your mind, you're in charge of yourself. Brought to you by Hawaii State Department of Health. Yo, you think they got the message? I don't know. So let's tell them again. Before your breath starts to stink, leave them where they at. Before you buy them, you should think, leave them where they at.
Back at Aloha Stadium, 20-0. Kahuku leading Aiea as Kahuku takes over 1st and 10, and Malosi Teo once again breaks the free. Teo past the midfield at the 40, at the 30, Teo at the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Kahuku. Once again, Malosi Teo with a big run. 72 yards. Incredible.
It's been the Malosi Teo show. 73, 72, and 57 yards. I mean, just on those 3 touchdown plays already, I mean, it's given them monster numbers.
And do you realize, too, when all of Malosi Teo's touchdowns, all those 3 touchdowns, it's been on the first play from scrimmage?
Yeah, how ironic.
So Kahuku will go for 2 once again. Krebs' pass is picked off, I believe, in the end zone. In any case, the 2-point conversion fails. So with 1:19 left here in the third, Kahuku leads it 26-0 as we watch this touchdown run by Teo.
There's nothing more than student body left on that play. After Teo sees daylight, I mean, you just see him kick into another gear. Unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing more that we can actually say or describe on that play, but then Teo just takes off and he's gone.
So just on those 3 touchdown runs alone, Malosi Teo, if my math is correct, I'm looking at 201 yards. Check that out for me, Don. I'm not sure, but I think you're the math whiz here.
Check that out. You got 73, 72, and I believe it was 57?
57.
Wow.
Now, before we went to break, I was going to make a point. I know it sounds funny when you, with a team like Kahuku that scores a bunch of points, they averaged about 32 points a game. They pretty much dominated this entire season. But you were talking about the penalties of Kahuku. Well, even a team like Kahuku, if they have that many penalties, especially in key games, you know, with the state tournament coming up as well, I mean, that could really cost Kahuku. And they could find themselves watching at home in a hurry. So Li'i takes the kickoff on his own 3, and Li'i will be swarmed up at the 15-yard line. Boy, that's one thing you got to like about Kahuku. They are so balanced and so dangerous in every single facet of their team, the offense, the defense, and also special teams.
Well, we did kind of mention earlier in the season they have a different kind of focus. As we take a look at this kickoff return again, Li'i, he's used to producing a little bit more, but then his role has been absolutely reduced because of the defensive play of Kahuku. And by the way, you were pretty close. It was 202 yards, just those 3 touchdown plays.
Okay, I was off by 1. Not bad. 1st and 10 for Aiea on their own 17-yard line with 1:10 left here in the third quarter. Kuia has a mountain to climb here, and his first pass is thrown high. off the fingertips of Alan Fonotti. So nothing really working of late anyway for the Aiea offense.
Aiea takes the ball and just overshoots his receiver. And just to complete my thought on the last play, it's just that Kahuku has a different kind of focus this year, only because they missed the state finals. And Suiaki Levi has done a great job of refocusing his players for this season.
2nd and 10. Kauea scrambling rather, and he'll be brought down in the backfield for a loss back at the 13. And once again, Kahuku giving him absolutely nothing.
Malone Fiso, number 99, does a great job of penetrating, but at the same time, he gets a little bit of an assist from number 54, William Malufau, as he rushes from the outside and forces Kauea to go right into the teeth of that defense.
I'll tell you what, Kauea is going to have nightmares, a lot of red nightmares. Kahuku has just been in his face all night long. 3rd and 14, Kauea dumps it off to Fonotti. Fonotti breaks one tackle at the 20. Fonotti at the 24, at the 25 now. And he'll be about a couple of yards short, though, of the first down.
Wow, you got to love the speed and the recovery of that Kahuku defense, because after he broke on that, I mean, if we can take a good look at this replay, you see that Fonotti, after he sidesteps that one defender, it looks like he sets up his blockers real nicely over here. But then again, from the backside, the defenders got a lot of speed over here, so they prevent the first down from happening.
That play ends the 3rd quarter, and after 3, it's all Kahuku, as Kahuku leads it 26-0 over Aiea in the championship game of the OIA playoffs for 2005. And it's been the Malosi Teo show. Malosi with 3 long touchdowns in this game. A 73-yarder back in the 1st quarter. And a 57-yarder and a 72-yarder here in the 3rd. Jim Oshiro, Don Balena, Kevin Hashiro from Aloha Stadium. Glad you could join us. And the winner of this game will move on and have a bye in the first round of the state tournament. Aiea, if the score holds up, will end up playing in the first round of the tournament against the ILH champion, which is yet to be decided yet. Been a very interesting year in the ILH this year, as we had a 3-way tie for Division 1. St. Louis, Kamehameha, and Punahou. Now Kamehameha has already been bounced out.
Well, it's been an interesting season all the way around. You've had chances by the OIA West players, meaning, of course, Aiea, Mililani, and Kapolei. And so far, all of a sudden it stays suit where now you have a whole bunch of the OIA East just flexing their muscles.
So as we start quarter number 4, Aiea will punt the ball off. Lee gets it off, and taking the ball is Shiloh Teo. Teo dancing around, and he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. We have penalty flags thrown. Aiea has had a marvelous turnaround season. Last year, Na'ali'i was just 4-4. This year, they come in 8-2. Of course, 2 years ago, they won the inaugural Division II state tournament by beating, and I hate to open up old wounds, Don, your Damien Monarchs.
Holding during the return, post-scrimmage kick enforcement, 10-yard foul, first down.
Last year, Aiea was bounced out of the OIA playoffs in the quarterfinals, and of course this year they're in the championship game, so marked improvement by Wendell Say and his coaching staff.
And again, the scenario here on special teams, you've got Kahuku committing another penalty. So that's going to be an interesting stat to find out what happened tomorrow morning, as far as like how Kahuku stacked up in penalties.
That's been the frustrating part too for Aiea. I mean, the defense has played very well, and if not for those big touchdown runs by Teo, I mean, this game could be very close. And Kahuku, again with those penalties, giving Aiea opportunities, but Aiea not able to do nothing on offense.
And if the pattern stays suit over here, as we see Malosi Teo taking the ball, but he gets stopped over here, there's probably a good chance that they probably won't score on this drive, because they usually do it, like you said, on the first play.
2nd and 8 for Kahuku on their own 31. Krebs will pass. It's complete out to Devin Unga. Unga sidesteps one man, and he'll get up to the 45-yard line. So good job by Unga to avoid one tackle, and he gets up to the 45 and gives Kahuku their 8th first down of the game.
And again, because of the success in the running game, you just look at over here, of course, you got to be real cognizant of Teo. They fake the handoff to Teo, and they find Unga out in the flat area, and he picked, it's real easy first down for him.
So 1st and 10 for Kahuku on their own 45. 10:45 left in the game. Krebs forced to keep the ball, and he'll be wrapped up back at the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play there by Aiea's Justin Hunt, the senior defensive lineman, 6'1", 220 pounds.
That was kind of like an ugly play from the beginning. It looked like that Krebs kind of mishandles the center snap, and he can't get the ball over to Teo, and he ends up eating the ball in the middle of that field.
Gain of 1 on that. 2nd and 9 on their own 46-yard line. Krebs with the eye backfield. The give is to I believe that's Lehi Aumua with the carry.
So Kahuku starting to empty out their bench and start to give some of their other than frontline players some experience here, and get them to feel what it's like to be a part of the championship of the OIA Red Division.
Aumua, the junior, and Krebs in trouble almost immediately, and he'll be brought down. Nice tackle there made by Cody Sula of Aiea. So once again, Don, Aiea forces the Red Raiders to punt the ball away, yet they're down 26-zip.
Pocket collapses real quickly on Krebs, and sure enough, because Teo didn't make it on that first run, they're punting it off to Aiea.
So Gary Nagy punts the ball off on 4th and 11. Nice punt there by Nagy, and Lee taking the ball at his own 14. Has room to run. Lee at the 40 now. Lee at midfield, and he's brought down there. So a nice return there by Lofa Lee. No question, he's been one of the bright spots, not only in this game, but throughout the year for Wendell Say.
So one of the few times that Lee actually gets to bust loose on special teams, and of course on offense for that matter, but he secures the punt, and the walks kind of develops over there off to the left-hand side, and you see a bunch of arm tackling going on right now by some of the Kahuku defenders, and Lee does a great job of taking it out to midfield.
So Aiea starts off 1st and 10 from midfield, and a quick pass out there, and struggling his way up to the 42-yard line is Josh Asuncion, the senior. So Asuncion makes the catch for Aiea and gains about 7 yards on that. Chico Ramirez on the stop for Kahuku.
And Aiea right now, I don't know what their thoughts are on maybe trying to, still win this ball game, but I'm sure, again, they'd like to take that goose egg off the board.
They're running out of time in a hurry. 8:05 left in the game. A long pass downfield. And Kuia trying to hit James Buchanan. Buchanan was open for just a second there, but had him turned around a bit. So Buchanan not able to make that catch.
Buchanan was going in, and unfortunately that ball went out and up. And Purcell over there on the coverage for Kahuku.
So 3rd and 2 for Aiea. Can they advance the ball on this very tough Kahuku defense? This is when Kahuku's at its toughest. As Korea will pass long downfield. It's complete, I believe. Yes, it is, to Josh Blakemore. Blakemore with a great over-the-shoulder catch in double coverage.
Great concentration, because I believe that ball went over his head. He didn't have any angle on it. It was one of those over-the-shoulder catches. As we take a look at it one more time, heck of a throw also by Kuia. He kind of shows you on this pass what kind of touch he has, but at the same time, great concentration. I mean, having no regard for having 2 defenders closing in on him. Blakemore does a good job of securing the ball.
So Aiea marching downfield, 1st and 10 on the Kahuku 17. Long pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Aiea. Lofa Li'i with the touchdown catch for Aiea, and Na'ali'i is finally on the board.
Well, so much for the shutout by the Kahuku defense, but at the same time, give credit to Coach Wendell Say for keeping some kind of focus on his ball club over here, because, you know, they're not out of it.
All right, they got another game. They're going to be in the state tournament.
They're in the tournament. It's just that, you know, you really don't want to have too much of a bad taste in your mouth, and they did a great job of taking that goose egg off the board.
So Aiea down 20. We'll try for 2 points here. Kuia with the pass out, and it's complete. Out to Alan Fanotti, so the 2-point conversion is successful. 7:44 left in the game, and Aiea finally gets some points. And now trail 26-8 as we watch that 2-point play again, or make that a touchdown.
And we see Kuia, one of the few times he actually has time to throw that ball. And again, he just shows you what kind of touch he has, because Li'i, all he had to do was just kind of run under that ball, and it was, I don't want to say an easy 6 points, but boy, I mean, it's just like, you know, when they're warming up, where it's just a pitch and catch kind of a deal.
That last scoring drive by Aiea, as we'll see the touchdown again from another angle. 4 plays, 50 yards. We'll make that the 2 points. Now we'll see the 2 points here.
And Kuia finds Fanotti for the 2-pointer, and they cut down the deficit by 18 points. So it's, you know, hypothetically speaking, it's 3 scores.
Anything can happen. There's still time left. Again, that last scoring drive, 4 plays, 50 yards, capped by that 17-yard touchdown pass from Kali Kuia to Lofa Li'i. So on that possession, that was probably Kuia's best drive as far as passing is concerned. Again, his offensive line gave him just enough time to get those passes off. And of course, nice catches there by Josh Blakemore as well as Lofa Li'i.
But again, the key, you hit it on the head. He actually had time to throw the ball. I mean, unfortunately for Kuia, he's actually been on his backside quite a few times. And for a while there was a little bit cause of concern, because, I mean, he was taking some nice, clean shots.
I mean, no question, this is the biggest challenge of Kali Kuia this season. Of course, the OIA West has a lot of good defenses, but I'll tell you what, you face a team like Kahuku, I mean, that is a real test right there.
Kahuku's defense is a different animal.
So Aiea will kick the ball off and rely on their defense to put a stop on Kahuku. They'll try the onside kick here, and we'll have penalty flags thrown.
They'll probably get called for offsides. That was a weird-looking formation.
So Wendell Say.
Right to the kick. Encroachment against the kicking team. It's a 5-yard foul. Free kick the ball.
So Wendell I wanted to say he was going to try to surprise Kahuku, but I don't think they were quite really surprised by that, actually.
He's definitely got his hands team over there. He's got one receiver in the back, and you see all 10 Kahuku players within 10-15 yards of where the ball is being kicked.
7:44 left in the game. Aiea down by 18 points. And we'll see the onside kick once again as Mark Atta now with a high short kick. It's taken by Shiloh Teo. Teo dancing now, gets away from one man. Teo still on his feet, and Teo will finally be wrapped up at the 38-yard line. So they showed onside kick, but
they did the little pooch deal.
The pooch deal, yeah.
Well, I give Aiea credit. You can hear them on the other sideline. I mean, there's no quit in their fans. And again, as we take a look at it on the Tanioka's replay, number 31, the kicker for Aiea, Atta pooches it over.
New quarterback in for Kahuku. Jacob Kahavai will now take over for Colin Krebs as we have penalty flags thrown. Lots of movement on the line there. Kahavai, the senior, as Risa Amimoto.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, it's a 5-yard foul. The first down and 15.
Risa Amimoto with the call there. Jacob Kahavai, good size kid, 6'4", 198 pounds. No question the better passer between the two quarterbacks.
And how unfortunate. He actually started from his sophomore year.
The toss is out to Lehi Aumua on 1st and 10, and Aumua cuts back in and will get up to the 40-yard line. So good gain on first down there. Gain of 8. Kahuku, of course, the #1 ranked team in the state. The latest polls.
And again, the only blemish on their record is the defeat to Castle early in the season.
No question that was a surprise, and again a wake-up call for Kahuku. Again, last year they just breezed through the regular season and into the playoffs. But an early loss to Castle this year, I'm sure Siwaki Levi had a nice long chat with his team as we might have had a loose ball, but I think the runner was down on that.
Yeah, you can see the officials pointing to the ground. So they're going to call it down here, and we'll take a look at it on the replay here. And again, Kahuku, oh, that actually should have been a turnover.
So the break goes Kahuku's way tonight. Boy, everything has for the Red Raiders. 26-8. 6:18 left in the game. 3rd and 6 now for the Red Raiders on their own 41-yard line, and we'll have early movement there. Like Spencer Mawai jumped early for Kahuku.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, it's a 5-yard foul. Remains 3rd down.
And the past couple of plays here for Kahuku, you can kind of see that they've done wholesale changes in personnel here on the offense. You've got different kind of skill players. You've got changes in the offensive line, as you saw that early jump there.
So no surprises. We're seeing a lot of mistakes here. 3rd and 11 now as the give is up to Aumua. He'll spin by one man, but he'll get up only to the 40. So Kahuku, well short of the first down, will punt the ball away. You know, the scary part about Kahuku is that their second team could actually be the starting team for most high schools.
Yeah.
Lofa Lee set to receive the punt from Gary Nagy, and boy, a lot of pressure putting on now as Nagy is forced to scramble. Nagy will be wrapped up at the 40-yard line, so a good job by Aiea to get into that backfield in a hurry, force Nagy to scramble, And they tackle him down, and Aiea gets excellent field position now.
As we take a look at this play here on the Mountain Dew replay, well, he kind of pulled it down because it kind of looked like it was going to get blocked, and he tried his best to make something happen, but unfortunately for him.
So Aiea starts off 1st and 10 on the Kahuku 40-yard line. The question, do they have enough time as Kauia's pass is thrown long downfield. It's complete to Josh Blakemore inside the 5-yard line up to the 2. Another clutch pass thrown by Kali Kauia all the way out to Josh Blakemore, and Aiea is knocking on the door just like that.
That was quick. Look at this pass. Again, nice touch. He's got this good ball that, you know, you can throw those sideline patterns, and he makes it so easy for his receivers to make plays.
We talked about it in the Aiea's last drive. It seemed like Kauia is starting to find his rhythm now. So 1st and goal on the Kahuku 2. Kauia keeps the ball, and he'll be stopped shy of the end zone. Boy, this is when the yards get awfully tough, especially against Kahuku. 4:35 left in the game.
And you're going right into the teeth of that defense. I mean, that's the strength of this ball club.
Aiea has to score in a hurry. 2nd and goal on the 1. Kauia with the keeper once again. And once again, the Kahuku defense stiffens up and stops Kauia short of the end zone.
And you know, Kahuku's got a lot of pride. They're not going to give up 2 scores here.
Micah Wiley on the stop. And I believe a timeout has been called. Kahuku calls the timeout here with 4:05 left, as Siwaki Levi would like to talk things over. Boy, if Aiea could get in right now and get 2 points, it would make it 26-16. But again, time is a factor now. But again, Don, going back to what we said earlier, if Aiea was able to stop Malosi Teo on a couple of his long touchdown runs, I mean, what a different scenario we would have right now.
Exactly. And looking down below, Kahuku calls timeout. They want to regroup, and again, they're trying to show some pride over here and cranking them up down below over there. As I take a look at the Kahuku defensive huddle, right in the middle of it is former head coach of Kahuku, Doug Simones. So a little bit of role reversal as a few years ago, as Siwaki Levi takes over when he goes over into the Von Oppen area. Simones comes back, and he's an assistant to Levi.
Remember all the success Simones had just prior to Siwaki Levi coming in. But what can you say about Levi in his 10th year? Looking for his 100th win if this score holds up. During his tenure, Kahuku has 6 OIA titles, 3 state titles. So 3rd and goal now for Aiea on the Kahuku 1. Kauia in trouble. Kauia dragged down and sacked back at the 10-yard line. Kevin Unga with the big stop there for Kahuku. But we said the yards get tough, especially down here in the red zone with a team like the Red Raiders, and we see it again right there.
And a little bit of concern here for Kauia, because as he throws that fake, Unga does not get faked out, and he throws Kauia down to the turf like an old rag doll.
That's got to be at least, what, 6 sacks in this game? So with Aiea facing 4th and goal on the 6, they're going to go for it with 3:18 left. Pass thrown into the end zone, and we're going to have penalty flags thrown, and I think we're going to have pass interference.
Kahuku fans not too happy, especially if they're finding out it's against them, because it kind of looked like that ball was uncatchable.
It looked like he was trying to hit Lofa Li'i on that.
Oh, and another late flag. And he's talking to one of the players, and that doesn't look good at all.
Perhaps a little unsportsmanlike there. We'll find out.
Pass interference against the defense. It's an automatic first down. After the play was over, a sportsmanlike foul on Kahuku. Half the distance to the goal.
So 2 penalties called against Kahuku on that play. A pass interference and then an unsportsmanlike gives Aiea a first down and another crack at the end zone.
And especially with that unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm sure that the Kahuku coaches want to kind of reel in some of their players and not lose control here.
3:11 left in the game, and a new quarterback for Aiea. Alfredo Higa has stepped in now for Kahuku. So first and goal for Aiea. Alfredo will keep the ball. Higa rather, has some room to run. He gets in. Touchdown, Aiea. Kahuku not happy with that call. They thought they stopped Higa just before he got in, but the referees say otherwise.
As we take a look at the replay over here, all he has to do is break the plane with the ball. So we'll see what happens if he lost the ball prior to that. Then they've got a case. But right there, he breaks the plane, and the ball cannot cause a fumble. So good call there by the officials. And of course, you've got a whole bunch of fans over here, all in red, that's not happy about that call. But that was a correct call.
So Aiea will go for 2 points. Higa will pass into the end zone, and we'll have penalty flags thrown. And we definitely had pass interference there, as the receiver for Aiea, Alan Fonoti, was pushed down from behind.
Pass interference during the try. Replay the try half the distance.
So they will replay the 2-point attempt. So Aiea, with just 3:06 left in the game, no quit. As we see that pass interference call there. No question on that one. 26-14. Na'ali'i trails. Higa will once again try for 2, and the toss is out to Fonoti, and it's complete. 2-point conversion is good. So 26-16. Kahuku leading Aiea with 3:06 left in the game. Again, the clock is the question now, Don.
We take a look at this 2-point conversion, and this time no one's on Fonoti, and he does a great job of securing the ball. And wow, look at that hair that he's got to place into that helmet.
That's a popular thing these days, I think. You see a lot of players with long hair. Of course, the Samoan culture, that's a big thing. As what's a touchdown once again. That last scoring drive, by the way, 6 plays, 60 yards, capped by the 1-yard touchdown run by Alfredo Higa.
And again, Higa, the quarterback that time, so it's kind of, I'm trying to look across the field to see if, it's just one of those deals where they're saying, hey, we got to save Kali. But I'm looking it down over there. He doesn't seem like he's hurt.
Well, remember now, Kauea has taken a lot of beatings tonight.
Yeah, he's took some dirty licks, that's for sure. And in fact, on that last drive, he was thrown around like a rag doll.
And then some. As Ata, another short pooch type of kick, and Kahuku rather will catch it cleanly. As Shiloh Teo makes the reception for Kahuku.
Now with the score being 26-16, it's going to be interesting to see if Coach Levi puts the first team back in, but no, we see that Kahuku is coming out at quarterback.
Well, a few of the first teamers are back in. I see Malosi Teo as well as Kamuela Alisa. Well, you know that Kahuku will keep the ball on the ground. They're going to try to run this clock out. Aiea has 2 timeouts left. 3 minutes exactly left in this OIA championship game. Kahuku with a 26-16 lead over Aiea. The give is to Malosi Teo, and boy, stringing him on nicely for Aiea. Joseph Maunga, the senior, 5'10", 220 pounds, stops Teo for a gain of just 1.
And you called it right. I mean, they do a great job of stringing out this play. And Teo, again, successful on 3 plays. And that time he gets strung out nicely by the defense of Aiea.
2:23 left and counting. 2nd and 10. And once again, Teo will be stopped. Boy, Aiea just pinning their ears back now, and boy, they're just giving it all now. As the clock is now at 2:05.
There's definitely no quit in these Na'ali, as we see Teo going right into the middle and getting stuffed nicely there by the front 7 of Aiea.
Gain of 2 on that last run. 3rd and 7 with 1:42 left in the game. Kahuku from under center with Alisa and Teo in the backfield. The give is to Teo. Teo tries the left side, has a hole, and Teo will be stopped just shy of the first down as he will get inside Aiea territory up to the 49. But from the looks of where they spot the ball, he's about a half-yard short.
He's going to be a little bit short, and this is kind of dangerous also because right now you've got Aiea being so jacked up and so amped. It's going to be interesting to see if all they're going to do is try drawing them off sides to get a cheap first down.
We are now under a minute left in the game. Aiea not using any of their timeouts. They've got 2. Kahuku, of course, will milk this clock as long as possible. And now Aiea calls a timeout.
And poor clock management here by Aiea. I mean, I know it looks like they wanted to save a timeout, but at the same time, they've got 12 men on the field here.
A penalty flag was thrown, but the flag is waved off, and Aiea will be charged with a timeout. They now have 1 left in the game, and the problem, though, Don, just 51 seconds. I mean, they would have to score in a hurry.
And again, kind of questionable on the clock management there by Aiea.
But you alluded to earlier, Don, give credit to this Aiea team. No quit. They could have easily thrown in the towel after the first 2 scores. I mean, that's enough to get anybody down. But boy, that defense of theirs really stepped it up. And again, if it wasn't for a couple of big runs by Malosi Teo, we could have a totally different story right now. Earlier tonight, we saw Radford beating Moanalua 9-7 in the OIA White Championship. Radford has had a great year.
But that could have been a costly victory for them as their starting quarterback went down with a collarbone injury.
Well, that's big too, just before the Division II state tournament. As Kahuku calls a timeout, 51 seconds left. Well, talking about the state tournament, the 7th year of the Hawaii High School Athletic Association tournament will take place starting next week. Should be a pretty interesting field. The OIA champion will get a first round bye, as well as Baldwin the Maui champs. Bowen, by the way, the only undefeated team in the state. I mean, the Bears have had a season to remember.
And it's interesting to see over here as we got our crack floor director over here, Kevin Hashiro, telling us that maybe the reason why Kahuku called this one particular timeout was they decided to go for it here on 4th and short.
I think Kevin's right on that one, because here comes the offensive unit once again. There's Jacob Kahavai, ducks under center. So Kahuku going for it on 4th and 1 with 51 seconds left. Alisa has the first down and more. Alisa at the 40. Alisa bumped down now at the 36-yard line. So with 43 seconds left, Kahuku gets the first down, and that will seal the game up right there.
That seals the deal right there. Alisa, you see, after he breaks through the line of scrimmage over there, I mean, there's nobody. He has green pasture. And what you don't see right there is the Kahuku coaches just absolutely going nuts, because as he was approaching the sideline, they were just already telling Alisa to just go down and stay in the field of play so that the clock can just run.
And the clock is running under 20 seconds now, 17 seconds left. And unless Aiea calls a timeout, that may be the final play of the game. But it looks like Aiea will burn their final timeout here.
No, they got a penalty.
Delay of game.
It's a 5-yard foul.
All right, so the delay of game penalty stops the clock. Just 14 seconds left. It's all academic now. As Siu Aki Levi will get his 100th victory of his career. His 7th OIA title since taking over 10 years ago at Kahuku. The clock will start as soon as the ball is snapped, and Kahavai takes the knee, and that should do it there as the clock winds down. And the Kahuku Red Raiders, as Siwaki Levi gets the bath, the Kahuku Red Raiders are the OIA champions for 2005 as they beat Aiea in a hard-fought game, 26-16. And Don, big plays was the story in this game. Malosi Teo with 3 big touchdown runs. And boy, give a lot of credit to Teo as well as the rest of the Red Raiders. And of course, no reason for Aiea to hang their heads. They played a tough ball game.
No, and not only that, you know, they've got sort of opportunity for redemption because they are in the state tournament, and it's, you know, it's kind of like wait and see right now to figure out who the heck it is. We got to wait till Monday to find out who the ILH champion is going to end up being.
Yeah, so Aiea will play either Punahou or Kamehameha in the first round of the state tournament, or make that St. Louis in the state tournament. Kahuku will get the first round bye. With the win, by the way, Kahuku improves now to 8-2 on the year. Again, Siwaki Levi gets his 100th win. Aiea drops to 8-3, and of course their season not over. But boy, what a job Siwaki Levi has done. I mean, 7 OIA titles in 10 years. Attempting now to go for his 4th state title.
And you see him still doing a little bit of coaching. I mean, they just won the Division I title, but I'm sure one of the things that he's very, very concerned with, and you can almost see the body language down over there, is, again, mistakes and penalties. I mean, all these mental errors. You're here, you know, in playoff time. And the thing about it is, no, you know, Aiea is no slouch. And the thing about it is, they'll be coming across some, you know, great competition now that the playoffs are going to be starting.
And that's what you got to like about Levi. Even though they've won the OIA title and they've been just dominating throughout the year, he doesn't want things like this to get to their heads. Again, they made a lot of mistakes as well as far as the penalties, and he realizes that can cost them eventually. So again, as you said, the coaching continues, even though this Kahuku team has won a big game.
Well, he needed to reel them in, and the thing about it is, it's only going to get tougher in the coming weeks.
But that's going to do it here from Aloha Stadium. You've been watching a presentation of Aloha Stadium Star Sports. For Don Molina, Kevin Hashiro, Alan Shimokawa, Mike Nelson, our entire Jumbotron crew, I'm Jim Oshiro. Final score, once again, the Kahuku Red Raiders. They are OIE champs for 2005 as the Red Raiders beat Aiea 26-16. Let the celebration begin as they go out to the North Shore. Until next time from Aloha Stadium, so long everyone.